Will this bill help Sussex Tech?
Well, the issue is they're in a little financial distress, so unless we were able to do something for them, it would be a really bad scene at Sussex Tech. They were either proposing that we needed a 200% tax increase or they're going to lay off 49 people. So what this does is give them a little financial relief over a 2-year period. The other thing that it does do, which is not in the code of Delaware, which will be in, that they're going to have to reduce their class sizes in their upcoming freshman class by 100 kids and do that consecutively for the next 2 years thereafter. So if they get down to that 1,250 threshold, we think it puts them in a good financial picture to continue to educate the kids of Sussex County that choose to go to Tech. But they got to get to that point, so we put it in the code. It's mandatorily they do that to get the tax, and then the tax reverts back where it is. So.
Perfect. And then she wants to know, what will happen once the property tax disappears in July 2017?
Well, it's up to Tech over this 2-year period to take some really good management steps to make sure that they can afford to continue on with those 1,250. So what has occurred right now, they've been increasing their enrollment. Revenues have been actually decreasing, and their expenses have increased with that enrollment, so there's always this shortfall. They've been spending up what we call unencumbered cash. It'd be like savings that you and I might have at a rate of $1 million a year to just offset the revenue that they haven't had. So this kind of levels that out, gives them a 2-year window to work on that, to solve that issue. If they do it right, I don't think they have to come back for a tax increase at all. The other real unrealized variable that you might be able to report on today is with the economic conditions improving, their tax increases, I mean the actual assessment values, because new buildings will be built, should increase the revenue they get as well. So we're going to take a snapshot again at the end of 2 years and see how it plays out, but this gives them a good opportunity to solve the financial issue. But they got some tough things to do. We put some requirements in there to get this, which is obviously the enrollment, change the lottery system up, change the legacy program, who can get in when their brothers and sisters have gone to school there, and they'll just have to deal with that over that 2-year period. I think it's the best deal we could get, and I think it's very reasonable, and I think it's very affordable for the residents of Sussex County. On average, I like to add in, on average, the average household in Sussex County will pay about $8 and some change over the next year for this, and then another $2 to total about $10 at the end of the 2-year period. So we think that's a reasonable thing to save this school and allow them to continue to exist. There's a lot of good kids there, there's a lot of good teachers, there's a lot of good administrators. It's a must-do thing.
That actually leads me to my last question. What will you say to people who oppose this tax increase? I mean, you just said it's not a lot of money, but people, I'm sure, will still complain.
Well, I don't think anybody with a real conscience would want this school to close down and just go into oblivion. So the alternative was that. So we had to do something. All the alternatives, and we've looked at a multitude of those, ranging from a whole array of different opportunities. So all of them required some revenue to be given to the school. I think it's very fair that we give them a 2-year window and then actually reverse that and what we call sunset it back to where it is today. I think any good citizen of Sussex County and a taxpayer will say, yeah, I see where they made a good business decision. I'm in business. I deal with those issues all the time. And I think folks would say, okay, it's a great school. It educates good kids. We need to do this and step up. So collectively, it gives them, over the years, several $1 million to solve the problem. And then it says you got to do certain things to get back to where you were. And quit taking so many kids and solve your own problems. So.
Perfect.
Cool.